All right, good afternoon, everybody. All right, welcome to another weekly market review session. Okay, let's get straight into it. So, a very short market update for this week. Okay, how has the markets been doing? So, very simply, you can see we are on my SPY chart. We are on my daily chart, S&P 500. This is what we use to gauge and see how the market is doing. So again, I've drawn a very nice trend line over here. You can see so far for the past few times, ever since we've been dropping since the end of July, the start of September, markets has been coming down and respecting my resistance. Okay. Markets have been coming down and respecting my resistance. Now, the thing is, if you look at yesterday, so today is Tuesday, okay? If you take a look at yesterday, okay, all right, again, we have tried or we have started to test this level again. S&P is trying to see whether it can break or not, okay? So it failed the previous two times for itself, all right? One over here, okay? This was in August and the other one was in mid-September. So now going into November, it is trying again one more time. Okay. Now, in my opinion, if you look at it, this kind of movement is normal because, as I mentioned previously, all right, if I take my measurement up here, okay, you can see literally S&P 500 is actually up about 7%. Okay. And this is a parabolic move. So you can literally see gap here, okay. Price is moving in a parabolic level up, okay. So we need to be, or when this kind of things happen, generally what will happen to a stock before it continues its direction or finds the next movement, it will go sideways first, okay. So again, now that it's testing here, I don't expect it to fly. I'm also not expecting it to pull down all the way to the 400 levels, okay. I expect sideways movement first, okay, sideways movement. Now, after this sideways movement, where do I think it can go? So again, I go back to seasonality, okay. So if you see this seasonality, okay, currently, okay, this is something that's current, okay. So on November 11, okay, so this is just literally like a couple of days ago. You can see for yourself, as of November 12th, S&P is up about 15%, okay. The last 22 years in which S&P was up plus 5% for the calendar year on November 15. The rest of the year, that means from now until December 31st, was positive. Okay. Going back 50 years, this setup was 27 to 3. Okay. Meaning there were, in the last 50 years, there were 30 times this happened. Okay. Out of those 30 times, 27 ended the year with a positive, and the 3 of them were fractional loss. Okay. So you can see over here, 2021, 2020, 2019. Now, why is 2022 not here? Because last year was a bear market for us. Okay, last year was coming to a bear market, about 20% down. Okay, so if you remember, the whole of 2022, okay, the whole of 2022, this was the entire movement. Okay, so S&P was not up 15%. Okay, it was down quite heavy. So if we look at 2021, 2020, 2019, you can see, all right, whenever the market was up about 15% for those times, you can see after that about 1.8%, 4.77%, 3.55%, okay, it was up. And there were only 3 times when it happened, which is around 1980s, so 1986, 1983, and 1980. And you can see even then, the losses were small. All right, you can see the losses were small. So it was not a drastic drop. Okay. So if you ask me my perspective, after market goes sideways, where is it going to continue? My opinion is still bullish. All right. So still up, still bullish. Okay. I'm still directionally going and trending upwards. All right. Now, QQQ shows this a lot more clearer. Okay. So if you go on your daily chart, please draw this. Okay, I think it's a very perfect channel. Okay, you can see ever since we started dropping in July, this is a very perfect channel that you can draw. And very nicely, you can see price has already broken out of the channel. Okay, and is retesting, all right, the channel and now going up. So a good movement is, okay, stocks don't move in one straight line. They move in a wave. Okay, so we have had a very nice movement up. Okay, this is a parabolic move up. Then the price come back down to test our level, and then now it's moving up. Okay, so we may see some sideways movement because this entire move was quite parabolic. It was gaps. So it may move sideways first before it continues. All right, so if I show you on my hourly chart, I think it illustrates it a lot more clearer. Okay, resistance over here. Okay, cannot break, cannot break, cannot break. Finally, we break out of here, come back down for retest. Retest is here. Okay, and then now we go higher and go a bit sideways. Okay, so this is how the QQQ is doing. So finally broken out. I think it's healthy if we go sideways for a while because of this parabolic movement, because there's gaps. There's a gap here. Okay, it's a gap over here as well. So very, very strong movement. It's a little bit oversold as well. Okay, why am I saying oversold? So if we go to the daily and I open my RSI, everybody. Okay, if I open my RSI, everybody, you can see we are around the 65 level, right? Coming to 70. And, you know, typically once it hits above 70 for ourselves as a pullback, previous time it hit, pull back down. Over here, hit, then pull back down as well. Okay, so again, we're coming to a little bit oversold levels for QQQ. So may go sideways for a bit before it continues and finds its direction. Okay, now this week, what are the important events that we have? So number one, CPI data, okay, consumer price index. This very, very useful data gives us a analogy of and sign of how the markets are doing when it comes to inflation. Okay, so this data very important. Normally leading up to this event, market might not have much movement. So yesterday wasn't fantastic or wasn't the best movement as well. Today, once the data come out, definitely more directional, more volatility. Okay, Wednesday PPI data is also coming out. So again, another catalyst to show us, okay, what is the potential movement and data of the market. Now, Thursday and Friday, nothing else, all right? It's just these two data for this week. Okay, that's how the markets are looking. All right, so just these two important data, and this might cause the direction or for the markets to be a bit more directional. Okay, so once this data comes out, then I think we will see more concrete or proper movement. So the golden question is, what do you do during this week, during this time? Okay, so again, I advocate for you guys to do either position, day trades, or long-term investments. Okay, so what do I mean? All right, so I've been saying for the longest time that you should accumulate shares. Okay, for QQQ, for SPY, they already came down to fantastic levels. Okay, okay, so if I take my 50, 100, 200, already came down to 200. This is levels where you should be buying, guys. These are levels where you should be buying whenever it comes down. Now, when it's up, can you buy? Yes, you can, but you could have got it at a better price. All right, so don't FOMO or don't be panicking every time the market drops. All right, market drops, market pullback is normal. It's supposed to happen. It needs to happen. Okay, so this is healthy. Like I mentioned, market doesn't go up in one straight line. Okay, it goes in a wave. So when these kind of opportunities happen, please accumulate your shares. All right, don't panic like it's the end of the world. Accumulate your shares. Okay, that's for long-term investment. Now, for position trades, all right, what is position trade? You buy a share of stock, hold for the next 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. Okay, those are fine. Okay, so again, when all this pullback was happening, all right, October, towards the end of October, this is something that you could have accumulated for yourself. Okay, and if you see, very simply, even for a stock like Microsoft, is already at the previous high. They're already at the previous high for itself, trying to make new highs. Okay, this high was at the end of 2021. All right, so it already broke the previous high. Now it's trying to make new highs. Okay, so you should have gone in earlier, all right, for your position trades, I've been saying very, very early on. Okay. So if you follow accordingly, you will be making immense profits for yourself. Okay. Apple as well already went previously up. Okay, now where we are currently at again is higher than where it was in 2021 before the drop. Okay. So again, we have accumulated when it's at a low at our 200 MA. Okay. Tesla. Okay. Tesla as well. Again, for a position trade, okay, accumulating shares as well. It's at good levels now, all right, around the 200. Under 200 for Tesla, definitely a steal, definitely, all right, undervalued for this company. So again, if you do your homework, do your fundamental research, again, this is not financial advice. It's at good levels for itself, all right, under 200 for accumulate, all right. Anything above that, I wouldn't touch, but below 200, definitely good levels, okay. When Tesla was around here, during that gap down, during its earnings, I accumulated a fair bit, rose up, all right. And I took some profits as well because I bought some for long-term investment, some for position trading. Okay. So around here as well, if you can get it under 200, fantastic. I think it came down around under 200 around here. So this is a steal. And then, now Tesla is still hovering around this level. So if you can catch it, that's fantastic. All right. So again, Tesla also one to look out for. All right. So that's it for my weekly market review video. Okay, very simple. Like I mentioned, do I expect it to go down? No. Definitely sideways first before it continues up. How do you approach your trading, position trades, long-term investments? Okay, long-term investments still, okay, can accumulate. I'm talking about 10 years, 15 years, all right? But again, the opportune time was previously for better prices. Then for position trading, again, stocks like Microsoft and Apple have already moved. Tesla still a opportune for yourself if you can get it at the right price. Okay. Then for day trades, again, over here in the community, we are doing day trades through options trading. So again, making daily profits and daily income for ourselves. Okay. So if you're someone who wants to do that for yourself, make daily income using a smaller capital for yourself, then options trading is definitely something you can consider and do. All right. So that's it for this week's market review video. Nothing much. Okay. Just markets going according to how it's going with the seasonality, and I will just let it play out until the end of the year. Okay. So that's it for this week's video. Take care, guys. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next one.